I will now show you how to set up Metasploitable 2, the second incarnation of an intentionally vulnerable virtual machine from a company called Rapid7. That company develops Metasploit, a powerful suite of hacking tools designed for computer security professionals. Metasploitable 2 is pretty old now, but it's definitely worth starting here because Metasploitable 3 is a little complicated to set up. You can get Metasploitable either from the official source, Rapid7's website, but if you do that, you will need to supply some personal information, including an email address to get a download link. The alternative is instead to download Metasploitable from SourceForge. And you can see, if you look at the reviews, that someone's left an interesting review here. But that does raise a very serious point, and that is that this virtual machine is designed to be vulnerable. It's not safe to connect this virtual machine to the internet. Click the download link. Be careful not to accidentally click on any of these ads that pop up everywhere. And eventually you'll be able to choose Save File, click OK, and wait for that to download. Once you've finished downloading that file, you will need to extract it. Click Extract All and give that a few moments to complete. Inside that zip file, which you've just extracted, you will find a folder, and in there are a number of files that are actually used with a different hypervisor called VMware. Now, you don't have VMware, you're using VirtualBox, so you can actually get rid of all the files that you don't need there. They won't work. Delete those. Make sure you keep this one here, which has a size of approximately 1.79 gigabytes. And this here is a virtual machine disk format file, or a virtual hard disk. And we're going to make a new virtual machine and attach this virtual hard disk to it. So you will need to create a new virtual machine like you did earlier. I have no idea why this menu has appeared here. And this time we're going to call it something else. Let's call it, well, call it what it is, which is Metasploitable 2. I'm going to save this in the default location, and I'm going to change the type manually this time to Linux, and then I want to choose Ubuntu 32-bit because it is Ubuntu that Metasploitable 2 is based on. Click Next, and here you can actually save yourself some RAM and reduce the size to 512 megabytes. That should be plenty, but you can tweak that later. At this point, you do not want to create a virtual hard disk. You want to use an existing virtual hard disk drive. To do that, you're going to have to click this little folder icon here, and then Add. And then go to your Downloads folder. Open up that folder that you extracted, and then choose the Metasploitable hard disk file. And you should see it appears in this list here. Make sure you've got that selected, and then click Choose. Click Create. And there you go, that's it, you've got a virtual machine. I don't want you to turn that on just yet. Just go to Settings and then Network, and then I want you to click this box here, which will effectively disable the network adapter. We do not want to connect this just yet. And then you can test it out by starting the machine. Okay, and if you see this login screen like I've got here, then that works, that's fine. You could log in if you wanted to with the credentials supplied, but that's not really the objective. Besides, anyone with a username and password can log into a machine. What we're going to do is hack this machine using our Debian VM. So I want you to close Metasploit. Just power that off. In the next video, I will show you how to set up a host-only network so that this Debian VM can communicate with this Metasploitable 2 target VM. And from this point forward, I will refer to this VM as the target or target VM.